The apartment cycle, multifamily, very interesting. Not to overly state, they've kind of got, in that item 13, 14, it kind of appears that those have, they're in the phase 4, just to make sure on the graphic that's still in a hyper supply. And every one of those sectors have moved into, from in item 12 to 13 in that cycle. I just want to make sure it's still in the hyper supply. I think those are still really good markets. There just have been, maybe a little bit of a softening, right?
Mm-hmm.
The rates of the rental rates are not moving as fast.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, I think that probably is a good thing for anybody that's renting out there and seeing Salt Lake is a part of that. But every one of those markets that's identified in the Area 13 has moved from 12. And you can see that many of those that are on number 12, the +1, they all moved from that from the expansion phase and market equilibrium, which is, I think, a really solid asset class as well. I mean, it's been amazing to watch it, and everybody thinks, hey, we're building too much. There's been a lot of product that's been brought on in Utah, Salt Lake. Having said that, there's been a lot of people moving here. It's still a really hot market, as well as every one of those on that. I have friends in all those different markets, and we talk about it, and we've brought a lot of product on. There's still people moving here. There's not a ton that's planned still, right? Mm-hmm. So I think we're just going to have that come back, probably even into the expansion phase. That's my guess on that, but that is where it's at, and it's a great way to be able to track and say, hey, it is moving there.
Well, I mean, this is from third quarter of last year as well, so it could be slightly different once the fourth quarter results come out too. So stuff that we're seeing right now might slightly be different than what is showing.
I'm very interested to see how this will affect it. Because it is it's a class that just seems to, I have rentals, they're single family. It wouldn't be included in this, but I think there seems to be a large demand for that and for all rentals. And with interest rates going up, I just, I think even though we moved into this sector, I just see this playing to the benefit.
We might go back into 11 range.
I mean, I just don't see it advancing further there. And of course, the only ones that are right there, that are ending right there on that recession line, is Palm Beach and Phoenix. And they both moved from 13 to that 14 sector. I think that is a kind of a phenomena that is, I don't see them providing that much more units in those markets, from what I've been told, at the rate that they have been. So I think everything's going to kind of come back up in there. It's very interesting to see that there's nothing technically in the recession or recovery market. It's been like that for a while. It's a very strong sector. It seems to be that you can't build enough of it, which is very interesting.
I think it's because a lot of people are, especially like the millennial generation and the Gen Z generation, they like movement, they like apartments because it comes with all the amenities, no yard work, and you have all these generations coming up, and houses are more expensive. The average wage is not necessarily matching up with the appreciation of houses, and so it's harder to get a house. Interest rates have now gone up, and so I think that's why the whole sector will move back into expansion, because unless interest rates go down a lot again, apartments are in high demand. I know a lot of my friends, they enjoy the renting aspect of living, where you don't have to worry about all the house maintenance and all that stuff, So I definitely see it coming back as well into expansion.
And let's say rates do go down, Federal Reserve, if you're listening to us, I know you check into our show every time to see what we're trying to indicate for you. I think when those rates do, if they come down even a little bit, it's going to obviously that's better for developers of multifamily, and the people that are looking to buy will maybe be able to purchase that home that they
Yeah.
are looking for, that they've got their cash set aside for. I think there's some people sitting on that cash waiting for the opportunity to meet that spread
Yeah,
there.
exactly.